Mahag Sar. That makes 4 out of the 5 realms that I've visited now.
I wonder what kind of lord we're gonna find there.
It doesn't matter. If they try to get in our way, we'll take them down and that'll be that.
A fish! You...
I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Taka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Renin eyes. Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble. I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod. You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me show you how it's done. Ha! All right, once more from the top. Ha! I've got something. Anybody could reel in that.
You sure know what you're doing.
Oh! I didn't think I'd catch something this big.
Oh, yeah!
And that's all there is to it.
Wow. It seems like you need to have good reflexes to catch anything. I don't know if it's really for me. Kisara? I think I've seen enough.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just in my own little world when I go fishing.
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
That's how fishing goes. You wait for a bite, and then the real battle begins. Miguel told me that different fish live in different regions, and you have to pick the right rod and lure for what you're hoping to catch.
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them are supposed to be extremely delicious.
When you put it like that, maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod before I left Vicente. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime, just let me know.
Good to hear. Thanks for showing us. okay!
I'm always amazed what healing arts can...
Hey. Is it just me, or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey, though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it. I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you, and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else I throw at them.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help. Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I just noticed none of you other Danans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Danon slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renan doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman, and this is my chance to have a new beginning.
Brace yourselves! This one's tough! Take this! Right! You're finished! It's over! Let's stop!
Airborne beam. My special.
It's over! You're on!
Lightning possession!
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
This one's all mine! You're finished!
Verminate render!
Take this! It's over!
Here, let me help.
Here I come! Burn in hell!
Raging
Let's
escape my judgment.
Take this!
Dance in the wind.
You're on! You're mine! You're finished!
What's in the sky is mine.
Big knuckle!
Don't mind if I do.
You're mine! First strike!
This is it. Lock. Get toasty.
Bird strike!
Right. Next one.
Now! You're mine!
Already on.
Now or never!
Where are you going?
I'll smash you! I'll finish you here and now!
Yeah, Dohalim! This one's got your name on it!
Act to action!
Quite necessary when creating weaponry.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Danon, while the Renans are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Danons in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Danons in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place.
All right.
There's nowhere to run from my art! When he slows down, that's our chance! Take this!
It's like trying to keep up with the wall.
Take this! Orochi's Fury! I'm on it!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah, take this!
Orochi's Fury!
Freezing storm!
Prepare to be sealed! Eat this! Take this! Now I'm in the groove!
Thunder field! Spear! Great evil!
You're mine!
Let's get
Take this!
I'm on it! Should have messed with me!
Glacial spear! Pierce evil! Divine strength! I can do this all better!
Take this!
Eat this! Try this!
Do it!
Infernal Current!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Cyan instinct! Kids in the
Orochi's
wind!
Great
Dark field! Pierce evil! Your dreams!
Plasma Knuckle!
Freeze laser!
Soda!
Vanquish
You're right
Guardian!
this time!
This one's mine!
Try harder! Now! Orochi's Fury!
Divine
Leave the torch to me!
Lost! Get toasty!
Burn strike!
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Danon relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine this sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Danon history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course. There's history in the air here. I can smell it.
I don't smell anything.
Don't encourage him.
Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so... well. Woods don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wished to be alone.
You always did have a bad habit of disappearing without telling any of us guardsmen.
Man, I hope I live long enough to regret this.
Orochi's Fury!
Shattering of pieces! Attack time!
I'm not so good with airborne
Take
targets.
this!
Swallow Blade!
Flying free! Like if they just sit still!
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
Orochi's Fury! This one's all mine! First strike! It's over! Strike! Here I come! Damn it! You picked the wrong fight!
That's enough!
Orochi's Fury! Swallow Blade!
Don't mind if I do.
Orochi's
Do it!
Fury!
This one's got your name on it!
Ash to ash!
My
freezing
turn!
storm!
You're mine!
Dance in the wind! A tornado! Air thrust!
Temararus! You're mine!
Astral energy! Full throttle!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
I take it you're comfortable with them then?
Oh yeah. We used to run up and down these slopes all the time for our training exercises.
Damn. You weren't messing around.
More Danon ruins here too, I see.
What were people even thinking back then? Trying to build anything around here.
Maybe they just had that much time and energy on their hands.
I sure have built up a sweat with this hike.
Rest assured, we have reached the top. It's all downhill from here, quite literally.
So Mahag Sar's just up ahead then?
Indeed. If you look, across this mountain...
What's this place here? Some kind of old house?
I don't know about that. If I had to guess, it probably served as some kind of shrine.
So still a house, in a sense. Just for a god.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Raging cascade!
Hell!
Terror hurricane! Sleep
Here I go!
Mega ray!
Take this!
I never miss!
You'll finish!
Plasma
Here,
shock!
let me help.
Prepare to be seen!
Divine strength!
Through escape! No further!
A banana! Let's
You're
go!
mine!
Glacial spear! Here's the evil
Power it
and
up.
death! Thunder blade lancer! Anything in armor is all mine!
Do back!
Stand back! I'll trip it up.
Through escape!
Flames!
Burn in hell!
Reload! Retreat!
Orochi Fury!
Do it!
Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Soda! Do it! Remote!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
I need to be stronger.
Oh man, I hope I live long enough to regret this.
Where are you going?
Here like this one's all mine!
Hey, when did I get so popular?
Plasma shock!
Now or never.
You got fires!
I got it! Let him go for it!
Prepare to crumble.
Here's a healing art!
An astral art?
That's like you!
Take this.
You'll shut him down!
Raging cascade! Ready to go! Stay here!
Eat this.
Here I come! You're finished!
Ray!
I have no limits! Orochi
Chinese
Fury!
supernova!
Plasma shock!
Prepare to be sealed,
That's
O
my
fleet
watch.
of
Do it! Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done!
Soda!
Ray! Photon blast!
Eat dirt!
I'll heal you all!
Here I come!
Pieces! Attack!
It's over!
I really owe you one. So much for sitting this fight out.
That wouldn't be a now! Nope! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble.
I can feel my power growing! Hey, new equipment!
Don't get careless.
Here I come!
Don't tell me.
Orochi Fury! Slash!
Cyan instant!
You're finished!
Searing
Plasma shock!
Leave the tornado! Leave the enemy's arts to me!
Can't get out of this. No complaints here.
Here I come!
Do it!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone.
Searing strike! Arctic hurt! Come through! the wind! Won't mind if I do!
You're mine!
Mega Ray!
It's time!
There! I'm ready! Now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that thing.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
This one's mine!
Strike!
Here! One more time! Now! Demon's Descent!
Flashing Fang! You're mine!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Oh man, I hope I live long enough to
You've
regret
been
it.
a long fight! Ferocious Fury!
Armor won't save you!
Freeze Lancer! Won't mind if I do!
I'm on it!
One more! Now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that thing.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
It's time! I owe you one! Can't get out of
Now!
this!
Instant! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
I think I'm getting stronger.
Still thinking about how to act around Dohalim?
That obvious, huh? Except I don't think I'll be changing much after all. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stay his servant. However, I am going to treat him like a fellow comrade, the same way I would with you or anyone else. For as long as I can remember, I've spent my life protecting others. But isn't that what friends do too? Support and protect one another in times of need?
Which in the end pretty much means doing as you've always done, right? If that's what you're most comfortable with, I'm certainly not going to give you any grief over it.
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around you all as well.
Oh?
When I set out on this journey, it was to rid Eldaman and Sia of its enemies, and search for wisdom in the outside world. Wisdom that I could potentially put to use on my return. I'm grateful to you all for letting me tag along, but it got me thinking, what am I actually contributing by being here?
What are you talking about? You know how to hold a weapon, don't you? That's help enough.
Is it though? Sometimes I wish there was more I could be doing to pull my...
Oops, sorry about that. Jeez, I'm famished.
Now that you mention it, what do you guys normally do for food and meals when you're out and about on your travels?
What do you mean, what do we do? We find stuff to eat and eat it. So long as it's meat, I'm not fussy.
Eating what you like can be good for morale in the short term, but you need to think about your diet if you want to stay healthy.
Does that mean eating vegetables too?
Isn't that obvious?
It does, which I guess hasn't been happening up till now.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be eating better than we do.
Understood. In that case, I'll just have to make sure you're all staying healthy and eating right myself. Fortunately, I happen to know a thing or two about cooking as well.
You hear that, Law? Sounds like you'll be eating your greens after all.
What is it?
No, sorry, it's just... I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on all this.
It will do her good to have a project.
No, not Kisara. I meant you. Was there anything you wanted to add?
Me? Certainly you're not looking to me for culinary skill, I hope.
Typical Renan, leaving everything to someone else.
Rinwell, I don't think...
That said, should you need my skills on the battlefield, please rest assured I have no intention of shirking my responsibilities, regardless of who we may face.
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together, we should probably at least try to make an effort to get to know one another, don't you think?
I wouldn't get your expectations too high in that regard. Believe it or not, Sometimes I'm not sure I even know myself all that well.
Something wrong? You look like you're deep in thought.
Not exactly. I was merely thinking about you two and your sense of etiquette.
Oh?
Etiquette?
Indeed. To be quite frank, I find your lack of manners to be nigh intolerable.
That's not being frank, that's being and forget it. Do we really need to talk about this now?
Yes, I find such impropriety on your parts to be deeply unsettling. It concerns me greatly.
What do you want us to do? We were slaves. We never got to learn how to be proper like you.
Yeah, what he said. Maybe you missed how we were just focused on surviving.
Perhaps, but Kisara here demonstrates that it's quite possible for a Denon to learn proper manners.
That's because I was given the opportunity to learn. Moreover, my duties as a guardsman required it. Not every realm is like Menancia, as you well know.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to hold us to some other city standards.
Exactly. You've got to remember what it's been like for us living under the Rena elsewhere.
I will concede that you do indeed make a valid point. It would appear, for all my espousing the virtues of equality between our peoples, I was still looking down on the two of you.
You don't need to beat yourself up. I wasn't that offended by what you said, man.
Nevertheless, I shall mind my words from here on out. Having said that, I do believe you two would still benefit from learning the basics of proper society. I would be more than happy to teach you both when we camp out, if you like.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. Acting all prim and proper isn't really my style.
If you say so. How about you, Law? Would you like to learn? Although I suppose my first task is to reform your attitude toward the idea of good etiquette.
You're not gonna let this go, are you?
Hey, let's stop for a minute.
What's up? You already tired?
My armor's pretty heavy. I think I need a little rest.
I second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as well.
What? You don't look it.
We can't spare the time. There's places we need to be. Mahag-Sar's capital, Niez, is our destination right now.
But if one of us collapses, it will only serve to slow us down. And in your case, Alphen is the only one who could carry you. Best to rest while you have the opportunity.
Enough already! I need a break, so we're taking one.
I don't need you fretting over me.
Fretting? Hey, it's not like I'm...
Been looking for you.
For me, why?
He's tough.
Who are you? You said you were looking for me. Why?
Beautiful, precious life.
What the...
That is all I desire.
Then why are we fighting? Who even are you? Burn! Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down!
Orochi's fury!
If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Lightning orb!
Fall.
Here I come! Who the hell are you? Bastard!
This guy's not normal.
His speed is unbelievable.
You mean he even surpasses a lord?
I hope I don't
Take this!
Freezing storm!
Take this!
Charges to me! Freezing thunder!
This one's all mine! Burn it out!
It's weakened!
This ends now!
Take this!
Swallow blade!
Lightning orb!
Now you see what I can do!
Hear me! Flame Lancer!
What's this?
Sleep now. This'll come in handy. Freeze Lancer! Thunder Field! Bring yourself from depth to bit, alright? Oh, it's you! Hasten! This one's mine! Not in your dreams!
You're finished!
There you go!
Entertain me.
You're finished!
Here I go!
Stay away from my friend! It's over! Slash! Try harder!
Does it!
Now! You're mine!
Die.
Swallow blade! It's over!
Enjoy. Entertain.
I've let you all down.
May a
You
thousand
require
gales
a
tear
hand.
you to
Take
shreds!
this.
Take this!
Enjoy.
I can handle it!
Take this!
No! Can't end it!
Is that all that you've got? Very well. Then die. A wretch like you? Till next time.
Shion, wake up, please!
Alphen,
Shion!
thanks, but you're kinda crushing me.
Sorry.
It's okay. And so am I. It's not as bad as it looks.
Not bad. That's... Shion, we thought
I'm
you were...
fine. Really.
What the hell were you thinking?
Well, you were trying to protect me too, you know.
Yeah, but I have the sword. It's different.
It's not different. Besides,
Hmm?
Never mind. It's nothing. Anyway, thank you.
But I didn't... Look, I'm just glad that you're...
Alphen?
Sorry.
That guy said he'd be back. I think maybe we should get moving before he returns, right?
Rinwell has a good point. We need to go. Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I already applied some healing arts to it. It didn't even leave a scar.
But his sword went nearly straight through you.
I'm all right. Unless I've turned into some kind of ghost and I'm haunting you all right now.
No, I know you're not. It's just...
Look, I appreciate you looking out for me, but I'm fine, really.
There was also that strange light that appeared when Shion was stabbed. It seemed to make the enemy retreat when he saw it. Alphen, do you have any idea what it might have been?
A light? I don't know. I was kind of preoccupied with other things at the time.
Now that I think of it, between that light and the blazing sword, just what sort of person are you, Alphen? Can you use Danon astral arts like Rinwell, perhaps?
He wouldn't know, Dohalim. He doesn't have any memories from his past, remember? Besides, we should really be getting out of here.
I suppose you're right. Forgive me. We've almost reached Nias, the capital of Mahag Sar. With any luck, we'll find a place there for Shion to rest.
Hey.
How are you holding up after that last fight? You're not too hurt, are you?
I'm fine, really. See for yourself.
If things get too tough out there, go ahead and fall back. I can take a beating if I need to.
I'm not here just to stand around and have everyone protect me.
I get that, but there's nothing wrong with admitting you have weaknesses too.
Do I look like I'm just trying to put on a brave face to you?
I can't feel pain, but you still can, can't you?
Look, I appreciate you're trying to look out for me, but even you go down in fights from time to time. Please, stop trying to babysit me. It's getting old.
It's not that. I just...
Are we in the right place? This place looks like a mess.
Yes, this is Nias, the capital of Mahag Sar.
I don't see any signs of people. And the buildings.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like the kind of place people would actually live.
No soldiers, no Danons, not a soul to be seen. Yet look at these facades. This is clearly a Renin district.
Hey, check out that drawing on the castle gate. That's the Darkwing's crest. It's from an old Danon legend about a hero who defeated an evil king with a torch and their trusty owl. That's his crest. I'm sure of it.
Really? First time I'm hearing it. So if someone drew it on the gate...
It must mean the Renins have lost control of the city.
Are you suggesting the Danons rose up and defeated the Lord here? Hard to believe, but not entirely unthinkable, given the evidence.
Let's look around and see if we can find someone. They might be able to tell us what happened. This is horrible.
Is there truly no one here?
All of these ruins look like they were made pretty recently.
But if that's the case, then where do you think the people that used to live here went off to? There must have been Danons and Renins, right?
That's a good question. Even if the Danons rebelled and managed to overthrow the Renins here, there should still be some people around.
This debris. Do you think it could be the work of Renin Astral Arts?
Perhaps, but the appearance of these ruins is rather uniform, which leads me to believe otherwise.
Hey, Rinwell. That story you told us about the Dark Wings. It said that the evil king was vanquished with a holy flame, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Then there might be some truth to that old story after all. It looks like all the rubble here had been scarred by flames.
Let's not jump to any conclusions just yet. If we can find someone around here, we might be able to get them to tell us what happened. Dohalim, you forgot to take care of the fire yesterday.
What do you mean, take care of? Ah, yes. You meant to put it out?
Yep. If it stays lit, we could end up in real trouble real fast.
I see. I apologize for not realizing that. I shall be more careful in the future.
The way he's talking, it's like the thought of putting it out himself never even occurred to him.
Moving on, Dohalim, I should mention that the clasp for your cape is about to come undone.
Oh yes, I tried to fix that myself, but it simply refused to cooperate with me.
I can't believe I'm hearing this. Are you telling me Renans can't even dress themselves?
Lords like Dohalim have attendants that take care of just about everything they need, so I'm not surprised he sometimes struggles with the basics.
Even by those standards, you've got to admit this is still a little extreme.
Shionna's got a point. I mean, you don't see Renans like her needing so much help to get stuff done.
In my case, circumstances forced me to learn how to be independent. Even so, I still think Dohalim could afford to pick up a few more self-sufficient skills.
Well, specifically speaking, what would you suggest that I learn?
For starters, I think it'd be good for you to learn how to dress. And put on shoes. How to comb your hair is equally important. And learning to manage your possessions better. And then from there...
She sounds like his mom rattling all that off.
Oh, and another thing. About your owl, Rinwell.
What is it?
When he starts to molt, would you be willing to give me his old feathers? I think I could find a use for them.
What do you intend to do with those?
Well, recently, I haven't been sleeping well. However, I hear pillows made from owl feathers are very comfortable and wish to make one.
This is why I hate you, Renans!
Did I say something offensive?
Next time, put your own needs aside for a second and think about how someone might react first. Then consider if it's worth asking at all.
Look, Hoodle! One of your buddies!
What are those out in the valley? Windmills? They're huge.
They're most likely used to harvest wind astral energy, so they have to be big.
All of you, stop right there! Don't move!
They have us surrounded.
Who are you? Where did you come from?
You first! Show yourself!
I'm the one asking the questions here. Don't try anything funny. One wrong move, and I guarantee we'll blow you away.
What are you...
My name is Alphen. I came here from Calaglia.
Alphen? The wielder of the blazing sword?
Getting pretty famous, isn't he?
Here is my proof. Will that suffice? Or do I have to burn down one of those houses to make my point?
No need. I believe you. I'm Beifong of the Dark Wings.
Sorry for threatening to blow you away. We're still hunting down the remnants of the enemy forces, so everyone's more than a bit on edge right now. Please forgive me.
Remaining? Wait, you mean you already took down the Lord of this realm?
That's right. We took her weapons and turned them right back on her.
Are you the Danon leader here in Niez?
Nah, I'm just one of the commanders. Deadheim's the one who runs the show. I'd be happy to take you to him. Just one problem. The Renans. Seems the rumors you were running with them were true. You do understand, right? I mean, we only just liberated the city from their kind. Everyone's short on trust. And for good reason. Especially Deadheim. I think it'd be best if those two waited outside.
Not going to happen.
I don't think it's a good idea for us to split up. It's too dangerous.
Then it's on your head, friend. Our base is that way.
You could have left me behind, you know.
This isn't just about you, Dohalim.
Ah, yes.
I guess even after you beat the Renans, your work's only really just begun, huh?
Yeah. This place seems like it's got a lot of issues to fix.
So you're Elfin, are ya? Thought you'd be bigger. Huh. Guess the armor beefs you up a bit. You've got a lot of people talking, you know. But in this town, I call the shots. You play by my rules here. Just remember that. Gotta say, I didn't expect you to run with a gang of women and kids. Those other lords must have been real pushovers, huh?
Seriously? Are you this rude to everyone you meet?
Don't interrupt me, you brat. Didn't your parents teach you any manners?
What, you?
So you're the one who took down the Lord of this realm, huh? How'd you pull that off?
We just swiped the Renan's explosives. And then we blasted them all to hell and back.
Explosives? That's a pretty bold approach. But how'd you manage to avoid hurting your own people?
I didn't, that's how. But the chance to take out a lord was worth the sacrifice.
And the Lord? What did this sacrifice earn you?
Unfortunately, we couldn't manage to finish her off. But now we've really got the girl on the run.
She ran? A lord?
Yeah, the lady was just a coward. She had a whole lot more bark than bite, that's for sure. She's probably hiding off in a hole somewhere. But not for long. We'll find her and drag her right back into town. Then she'll get what's coming to her.
I wouldn't be so sure. She may run, but she'll never go quiet.
Shut up, Bright Eyes! I would have run you through already if you weren't with the blazing sword here.
The whole reason you're fighting is to free the Danons in this realm, is it not? If so,
Shut your
then—
mouth, witch! That's enough! If you're really fighting for us Danons, why keep these bastards around? Why haven't you killed them already?
I'm not going to kill these bastards.
Whoa. Is that the case, huh? Then tell me the point of the show.
They're my friends.
Friends? Renans are Renans. The scum-sucking bastards who've been draining our souls for 300 years now! But you knew that. Maybe it's 'cause you and that little lady are friends and more.
Son of a... You'll pay for that!
That's enough! Deadeye, you know that was completely uncalled for.
All of you, get the hell out of my realm! And don't ever come back! This is Danon's realm and it's ours, understand? I call the shots here. And I make the rules. I do, Deadime, leader of the Dark Way!
Yes! Deadime! Liberator Deadime! You are the true leader of this realm! We're not afraid of any Bright Eyes!
It's only a matter of time before I throw every last Bright Eye out of this realm!
The Dark Wings! The Dark Wings rule!
Hey, wait up. Told you so, didn't I? You should have left your Renin pals outside.
You don't agree with him, do you? I could tell by the look on your face in there.
That's how things are with him. He loses his temper, then I step in and calm things down.
Better you than me.
If that's all, I think it's past time we were going.
Look, I just wanted to apologize for what Deadime said in there.
At least somebody's got some manners around here.
He didn't used to be like that. But, well, that's what losing most of your loved ones will do to a man. He may never forgive the Renins.
It's a little ironic how indistinguishable his manner is to that of a lord.
Hey, Bayfon? Deadeye mentioned the Lord is still on the run. Any ideas where she might be?
We looked all over, but found no traces of her. We heard some rumblings about activity in Estaluva Forest, but that's it.
Estaluva, huh?
Wait, you're not going after her, are you? Certainly won't win you any favors with Deadime.
This isn't Deadime's war, and we're certainly not fighting it for him. Besides, it's like Shion said, her type isn't going to go quietly.
Hey, it's your funeral. Don't say I didn't warn you.
We'll be sure to keep you out of it. Before we set out, though, is there anywhere around here we can rest?
Sure. Building at the end of the road, opposite side. It's all yours. We use it as temporary lodging, to house people who don't have a new place to live quite yet.
We're not going to run into any trouble there, are we?
Rumors of a certain fiery sword have spread fast. I doubt anyone will be eager to give you guys problems. And here's where I say my farewell. You're on your own, but good hunting.
Before you go, how come you don't hate the Renins as well?
Oh, believe me, I've got my bone to pick with the Renins. Just not with two of them I've never so much as laid eyes on before.
Let's head on over to that lodge. We'll figure out what our next move is there.
I get the feeling Deadime signed up to be a rebel so he could have a roost to rule. Heck, he's no better than a lord. In some ways, he's even worse.
I know. How could he use explosives on his own people?
And yet, despite the toll of his actions, none of the Danons we've seen seem to question his assumed authority in the least. If anything, they may well consider him a hero, which would say a great deal toward how deeply they resented the Renins here.
Still, I don't think this is as simple as saying the good guys won out over the bad ones.
Yeah, I don't either. Deadeye might have managed to drive the Renins out of Niaz, but that doesn't make the way he did it okay. No matter which way you look at it.
A victory that's earned by throwing away the lives of his own people? No, that isn't a victory at all. I can understand that the Danons here are standing up against their oppression, but that doesn't mean they have to humiliate all Renins just to settle the score.
I'm perfectly able to stand up for myself, Alphen. Besides, I'm used to it by...
But you shouldn't have to be, Shion. It's just... What I mean to say is, when you've been a slave for so long, it's easy to accept that's how it should be because it's all you've ever known. Constantly being belittled is no different. I don't think that's fair. For me or for you.
I just don't know, man.
Don't know what?
Deadeye managed to drive out a real live Renin lord. That's incredible. and he seems to have a lot of supporters surrounding him too. But he's got an attitude worse than any angry Zoogle. Plus, Niaz is in utter ruins. I don't have a clue what his game is.
The Renans are powerful. And because of that, it takes a strong leader to have any hope of toppling them. However, when you take down one dictator only to replace them with another, ultimately it's just business as usual.
If it'd been Zephyr instead of Deadime, I don't think things would have turned out like this.
Rinwell.
Yeah, I think so too. Zephyr did things differently top to bottom. He's not the kind of person who would have forced his own views or decisions on other people. When you do that, you're ruling over others, not leading them.
To be honest, I don't know what I would have wanted my dad to do if he was in that position.
Law.
The whole thing feels weird in a way. It's a weird kind of feeling, but at the same time, part of me also feels happy. Deadeye and my dad are two very different men. For now, I'm content knowing that.
The city is liberated, and yet the air still hums with fear and anxiety. It reminds me all too well of how Vicente once was.
Hums? You mean like music?
Yeah, none of this sounds like music to my ears. In fact, I've never seen any Danans with musical instruments in my life.
You don't need instruments to play music. It can emerge naturally from the sounds of people going about their day and the hustle and bustle of life.
You seem to care a lot about music, Dohalim. I didn't know that about you.
Have I not mentioned it? Before I was a candidate for the lordship, I had my heart set on the life of a musician.
You? A musician?
Indeed, music enriches the world around us. I trained day and night to hone my art. Words could not describe my bliss, as my notes carried with them the sights and sounds of nature, the ebb and flow of time, and the thoughts of people on the wind.
Dohalim.
Forgive me. My loquaciousness can get the best of me at times.
Don't apologize. It's interesting hearing what Renan culture is like.
Even though the Renans destroyed all of our arts and culture.
Personally, I was interested in the music of Dana as well. The fact that generations of lords deemed music to be of no use to their slaves and outright forbade the ownership of instruments is lamentable. Not that my words can undo the damage already done.
What's wrong? All right.
What the?
Hey.
Yeah!
Good.
All right!
You see anybody around here who could use our help?
We can't chase after every...
Oh yeah? Right.
Hey!
That Deadeye creep certainly has a few screws loose, that's for sure.
Forget that guy. Right now, we need to discuss how we're going to proceed.
What's there to discuss? Deadeye and his crew have already brought down the Lord here. Just let them finish her off.
I want to go after her.
I second that. I think it's the best thing to do right now. We don't know if the Darkwings have what it takes to beat her. I'm worried what'll happen if we leave her to her own devices.
You make a good point, Rinwell. And maybe I'm just being overconfident, but between us and them, I think we have a better chance at defeating her.
I have to agree. This realm isn't going to be truly safe as long as that Lord is still running around out there. We need to act.
Fine by me. But isn't Deadeye just gonna take all the credit once we're done?
Our job is to break down the walls that oppress Dana. What he chooses to build in their place, that's his problem. For now, we'll head to this Estaluva forest Bayfon told us about. Whatever we decide to do, though, we should take some time to rest first. We've barely stopped since Menancia. Where are you going?
Alphen.
You should get some rest. What's got you up at this hour?
Just let me be for a minute, okay? Why don't you go back to the inn?
I will when you do.
Have it your way.
Shion. The Lord's days are numbered. I haven't forgotten our promise. You can trust me, you know. Maybe even lean on me a little. If you want.
And if I say I will you finally give it a rest?
Yeah, of course. Try to get some rest, okay?
What was all that about?
So we're just going to check things out, right? In whatever that... forest is called.
Estaluva Forest. Next time, pay attention.
Got sand in my eyes!
The winds are strong here. Mind yourselves.
Ugh, even the inside of my mouth is all sand. Andy.
The winds outside the capital are blowing as strongly as ever.
You can definitely see why people call this place the Valley of the Four Winds.
Indeed, Mahag Sar is the realm of wind, just as Ganeth Heros is for water.
Earth, water, fire, wind, light, and darkness. Rena is aligned to darkness, leaving each realm one element each.
Is that because some elements are easier to gather in certain areas than others?
That is certainly possible, but I suspect the biggest reason is to prevent the lords from squabbling over resources.
Funny. You would think infighting would come naturally to an elite class vying for a crown.
True, but the Renans rule as a minority. Fighting ourselves would just be destructive. Though, as you saw in Menancia, any abstention from fighting is merely a facade.
In the end, you all get usurped whether you like it or not.
That may be true, but something tells me that this time is different.
We have to catch up to the Lord first if we want answers. Let's keep moving.
what is that ring of rocks over there for? They don't look like they formed naturally to me.
Oh yeah. Funny, I guess I've gotten used to weird rock formations. They didn't even register as being out of the ordinary.
Most likely, they were brought over by us Renans when we first invaded the planet.
Wait, those? So does that mean there's some kind of machine then? And if so, what in the world were they even used for?
To manipulate the properties of Dana's astral energy.
Really?
Think about it. Isn't it strange that the type of energy each realm collects is so fixed? Astral energy by nature isn't meant to skew towards one element or another so heavily.
So the Renans reformed it for the crown contest.
Sounds like the crazy thing a Renan would do.
Renans these days are more advanced than Danans in some ways, but even they don't seem capable of doing something on that grand a scale. Or is that something that's possible on Lenegis? Or maybe the Renan homeworld?
I can't claim to know everything about my own kind, but I myself have never seen anything that would be capable of such a drastic feat.
But at some point they did just that. Those are the sort of people we're up against. We should do our best not to forget that.
You're so amazing, Kisara. You can cook, you can fix weapons. I feel like there's practically nothing you can't do.
Maybe you should take a page out of her book and learn to make yourself more useful then.
I'd be happy to teach you if you want, Rinwell. I learned most everything I know from my brother.
Really? Even how to sew and do laundry?
Yes, indeed. He knew how to do anything.
Sounds like he was a pretty handy guy when he was alive.
He was. I'd always follow him around and badger him with questions. I was a real pain in the neck. Now that I think about it, he and Legil were the ones who taught me how to raise cats, too.
Legil is that woman who was with him in the Gold Dust Cats, right? I remember now. The one with the really pretty hair.
Funny you mention that. He also taught me how to maintain my hair. Not that those lessons stopped it from getting all tangled up during training.
I think it still looks gorgeous.
From what I can tell, it would appear as though the only thing he didn't manage to teach you was how to apply makeup.
No, but that didn't stop him from trying. He really wanted to teach me everything. Only reason he couldn't was because I prioritized my training.
And here I was trying to make a joke.
I can't tell if she's being serious. The only one here who knows him well enough was her.
Yeah, I guess only Miguel could have told us if it's actually true.
I think Hoodle senses something.
Alphen, have you been washing your clothes? It may not be my place to say this, but... frankly, they're starting to stink.
Now that you mention it, it has been a while since I did any laundry.
I'll wash them for you if you want. Just remember to give them to me the next time you get changed.
Oh, okay. Sure. Thanks, Kisara.
And, Law, Rinwell, yours are starting to look a bit ragged.
What do you expect? Of course they're going to tear up when we're out there fighting so much.
Yeah, but it's still kind of embarrassing, having it pointed out like this.
And Shion?
I wouldn't touch me if I were you.
Of course. My apologies. All I wanted to say was that your sleeves are getting a little bit dirty.
You don't need to worry so much, Kisara. It's only natural our clothes are gonna get a little dirty while we're traveling around.
That's no excuse. Your outward appearance says a lot about your inner well-being.
Now you've really set her off.
Suffice to say, it would appear that the traditions of the Guard are still alive and well within her.
What do you mean? What do the guardsmen do that's so special?
Mostly, I'm simply referring to the fact that they're a very regimented and cleanly group of people.
Do I really sound that weird to you guys? Keeping your clothes clean and mended is completely normal to me.
Don't get us wrong. We appreciate the thought, Kisara. But we've got a long journey ahead. It wouldn't hurt to relax your standards. Just a little.
If you're sure. I wasn't trying to overdo it, I promise. However, if it's making the rest of you tense, I'll do my best to tone it down from here on out. Still, if everyone could bring their laundry and clothes they want fixed, that'd be great. I'll take care of it all for you guys tonight.
Don't you ever get tired?
Why didn't the Renans take advantage of all of these ruins around here? It seems like a missed opportunity.
Most likely because it would be inefficient for harvesting astral energy. That's what dictates the current positions of each realm's capital.
Plus, Renans are averse to using anything that belonged to the Danans.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Here's a healing art! Thunderfield!
It can hide itself? Amazing!
None shall escape my touch!
Take this!
Raging
Orochi's Fury!
Holy torch field! Don't mind if I do!
Not today!
With sharpness!
Try hard at my turn!
Orochi's evil!
Orochi's Fury!
Freeze Lancer! Alright, well then it's showtime! Lightning condemned! Healing
Orochi's Fury!
I never miss!
I'm on! It's over!
Mega Ray! Sleep now!
Orochi's Fury! Try it, my turn!
I can handle it!
In a bind?
I may have bit off more than I could chew.
Alright, it's showtime!
Ignite! I'm on!
That's my watch!
Orochi's Fury!
Light raging
Talon Hurricane!
field! Healing circle! Get on in there with
Take this! Orochi's Fury!
Spirit flame!
Take this! It's over!
Thunder field! Precipitation! Raging cascade! Back into the
No
field!
escape! Orochi's Fury!
Stockpile! I'll be your first mine! I never miss! Lightning orb!
Orochi's Fury!
Banana! Here's a healing art! Oh,
It's so pissed off!
Glacial spear! Here's evil!
Burn!
Lightning hurricane!
Orochi's
Freeze
Fury!
laser! My watch! Raging cascade!
Prepare to be sealed! I'm not done! Orochi's Fury!
Here's evil!
Hurricane!
Freeze laser!
Anything in armor is all
Thunder field!
Ignite!
Roll now! Healing circle!
I owe you one.
I'm sorry to be a bother.
We've all got enough on our plates.
Yes, ma'am. Not my finest.
You'll pay for that!
Lightning orb!
Thanks! It's
Lightning
over!
condemned! Arch
Orochi's
field!
Fury!
Back into the fray! Confiscated! I'll bring you back from death's abyss! Hit! Light astral!
Ah!
I don't feel so well.
Really? You still look plenty Renan.
Thank you. I can still put up a fight.
Air drop!
Talon Hurricane!
Here, let me help!
Amazing.
I've let you all down.
Light astral! Sleep now!
Rock in pain.
In a bind?
Burning strike! Ready to go! Let's go!
Pissed off! Any more of this and I'll burn out. Now I can let loose.
Did you just heal me?
Yes. I need you, remember?
Right.
Glacial spear! Pierce evil!
Orochi's Fury!
Freeze lightning orb!
And handle this.
Whoa! Hey! One at a time! In here!
Orochi's Fury!
Get you off the way! I'm out!
Here I come!
Chinese!
Orochi's Fury!
An astral launch?
That's my cue!
Orochi, shut him down!
Here's a healing arm! More for the stockpile! First aid! Lightning orb!
This one's all mine! Ignite!
Failure's not an
Orochi's Fury!
You're on fire! Reload!
Here, throw off
My
some pain.
balancing nails tear you to
this.
shreds! Mega ray!
Orochi's Fury!
Mega ray!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to start it.
Orochi's Fury!
Where are you going? Do it! Kitara frozen!
Hammer!
Knowing when we're in too deep is necessary to survive.
We may tend to push ourselves a little too hard. I'm getting pretty hungry.
Want to sit down and fix something?
Yep, the sooner the better.
Brace
Here's a
yourself!
healing arm!
This one's tough!
Thunderblade!
Here I come!
Here I go! I'm
Orochi's
only
Fury!
getting started!
Plasma shock!
I'm not so good with airborne targets. First aid!
Here I come! We got fire!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it! Sealed!
All yours!
More protection!
Not today!
I'm surrounded! I felt
Don't mind if
fine
I
not
do.
too long ago.
Do they not teach you to say thank you, Indana? Not to a Renin, they don't.
Whoa! Hey, one at a time! Air thrust!
Prepare to be seen!
Dance in the wind!
Take this!
Now!
Your muscle!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Plasma shock!
This one's mine!
I'll finish you here! Here I come! It's on! You picked the wrong fight!
Glacial
You're mine!
Here's
Now you
evil.
see what I can do!
You're finished!
Supernova! Freeze Lancer! Now!
I'm not done!
Get toasty!
Bird strike!
Firmament's render!
Now! Take this! Stardust! It's over! Ruin escape! Orochi's Fury!
Here's the Kitara! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Am I imagining things? Or are there a lot of big Zoogles in this area?
No, I noticed that too. There's plenty of food and water to go around here. For a Zoogle, this just might be paradise.
Great! That's exactly what I wanted to hear.
They've really got us on the ropes.
Don't forget to heal your wounds.
I think Hoodle senses something.
Somehow, things are even worse outside the city than they are inside.
Yeah, it's all ruined. Houses and everything else.
Even if it was all in the name of beating the Renans, this is...
You guys want to rest here?
I feel all bent out of shape.
Dohalim, your spare bracers were getting dirty, so I polished them up along with the rest of your equipment.
Why, thank you, Kisara. I greatly appreciate that.
Maybe it's just my imagination, but you sure seem to fuss over Dohalim a whole lot, Kisara.
It is a little strange. Almost like you're still in his service.
Really? That's certainly not my intention. Besides, he's not the only one I'm like that with. Hey, Law, I saw your clothes were starting to get holes in them, so I stitched them back up for you.
Oh, wow. Thanks, Kisara.
Point taken. Do you just like looking after people?
I wouldn't go so far as to say I like it, but I get anxious if I don't. I'd always like to help if I can. It comes naturally to me. Back in the day, Miguel and I used to look after the younger kids a lot, so that's probably where it comes from. He taught me everything I know, and I mean everything. How to cook with wild plants, how to sew clothes so they'll last. Without him, we never would have been able to survive.
However, you're not a lord anymore, Dohalim. You need to get used to the idea that people aren't just going to wait on you hand and foot.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I'm ashamed to admit that I felt no qualms about her doing all that for me. As both a Renan and especially as a lord, one becomes too accustomed to those beneath you tending to your every need, both Renans and Danans alike.
Sure, that's how all you Renans are probably raised. But just to be clear, we're not your servants, Dohalim. Got that?
Absolutely. Moments such as this provide me with ample opportunity to confront my unease. It is difficult to tend with my own motivations.
What do you mean?
The truth of the matter is that my espousal of coexistence in Menancia hardly came from an idealistic place. That instinctive unease I feel deep within serves as a reminder for what it is that all of us here fight for.
Don't be so hard on yourself. No one's going to abandon you if you aren't always perfect.
Looking at her now, I think she's more like his mom than his servant.
What's up, Kisara? You look concerned.
Oh, no, it's just... I'm looking at our finances and they seem to have taken a nosedive. I don't remember us making any big purchases, though.
Ah, that may be because I borrowed a small amount to purchase something the other day.
I don't think you can call spending more than half of our money a small amount.
Half? Dohalim, what the hell did you buy?
As it so happens, I came upon a rather special object that I've long been searching for.
Are you talking about that junk? That unique-looking trinket you're holding?
Whoa, is that
Indeed. It is a lost artifact from ancient Danan times. Most likely, it was used for some sort of rite or ritual. Ever since we Renans conquered Dana, such objects have been disappearing. I simply want to do my part to help preserve both our people's storied histories.
Well, if it's to preserve Danan history, then I guess we can maybe look the other way. Just this once?
I don't know. Why spend money on something that won't even keep us fed?
More to the point, we all contribute to that money. I don't like the thought of anyone dipping into it without saying anything.
You must understand. Had I let that opportunity pass me by, I'd never have come across this item again.
Dohalim, maybe no one taught you that money doesn't grow on trees.
I may have been a lord, but I realize that much.
It's not enough to simply realize it. You have to internalize the concept too. Even after all this time, you still have no real sense of money. Our funds aren't your personal wallet. We camp outside and eat grass for dinner to try and stretch every last gold we have. You never know when we may need it.
I don't think we're so poor that we have to eat grass or anything.
Shut up, Alphen.
Shutting.
Let's just agree to not spend too much or be too thrifty for our own good.
Alphen, your blazing sword draws its power from Shion's Fire Master core, right?
So I'm told.
Then why don't you use yours, Dohalim?
You mean my Earth Master Core, yes?
Yeah, I mean, you still carry it around with you, don't you?
I do. Each Master Core contains the astral energy harvested from Danan slaves over the course of the last 3 centuries. Though only a select few qualified people, namely the Lords, can wield them, they nevertheless hold too much power to simply abandon.
If only the Lords are supposed to be able to use them, how come Alphen and Shion can use theirs?
That may be because Shion has embedded the Fire Master Core within her body, Something which wouldn't have occurred under normal circumstances.
Okay, but why do you still carry yours around?
Just as Danans see Master Cores as symbols of the lives and resources robbed from them, so too do I view mine as a symbol of our lasting sins. The pain and agony wrought upon this world by my predecessors, as well as the injustice enabled by my own inaction, are all housed within my Master Core. It is a testament of all that I have done wrong. It cannot ever be used again, nor fall back into the wrong hands.
Dohalim.
You didn't differentiate between the deaths of Danans and the deaths of Renans.
Danans and Renans both spill blood and languish in agony all the same. I just couldn't bear to hear it any longer. That's all.
Little late for that.
Thanks for waiting. Eat as much as you like.
Kisara, let's talk for a bit. Maintaining your shield? It's becoming a familiar sight.
Miguel was the one who taught me how to maintain my equipment after I first joined the Guard. Now, it's just a part of my routine.
Your brother always seems to come up whenever I talk to you.
That's because we had no other relatives, so it was just the two of us growing up. He was my idol, the one I looked up to and wanted to be like. When I became a guardsman, Lagiel wasn't too pleased to see me at first. It was Miguel who really welcomed me aboard.
Lagiel? Oh, right. She was Miguel's second in the Gold Dust Cats, wasn't she?
That's right. She's always been a very critical and down-to-earth person. In other words, the complete opposite of a dreamer like me.
You're more an idealist than some pie-in-the-sky dreamer.
Even so, that's my brother's doing. He'd never let me stop seeing a brighter world. He always did what he could to keep me smiling and happy.
You must have meant a lot to him.
He wasn't just kind either. He always worked so hard to set an example for me and everyone else around him. He was a true big brother. So much so that when he thought I was asleep, he'd slip out of the house to go training on the outskirts of town.
You seem to know a lot about it.
That's because I only pretended to be asleep and would follow after him. You know what? I'm at a good stopping point with my shield. If you've got time, how about I tell you a couple more Miguel stories?
I guess I'd better get comfortable.
I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Before we go, do you guys have everything?
This place gives me the creeps. You really think that Lord is hiding out here?
Be careful. The air is dense with astral energy. Something's not quite right about this place.
How are you able to pick up on all this stuff anyway? Is it something that all astral arts wielders can do?
I must admit, I'm curious myself. Perhaps her Danan bloodline has something to do with it.
Dohalim.
Apologies. I meant no disrespect.
Stay alert, everyone. There's a good chance that she already knows we're here.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard. I suppose if you're a lord going into hiding, a forest is one place to turn.
We don't know for sure she's here. Keep looking.
Everyone okay? Yeah, if only I were a cat.
Man, I hope I live long enough to regret this.
Don't mind if I do. Annihilation!
Your
hide is thick as armor.
It's over!
Its armor's too strong. Then I'll split it open.
Be my guest!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
Raging cascade! None shall escape my
Denied!
In a vine.
Dance in the wind!
You're mine!
I'll finish him here now.
Mirage! I'm not done!
I can carve through armor.
Now! Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade. See that?
That training's paying off!
Don't mind if I do.
Orochi Fury!
I'm on it.
Time to let it rip!
Gusty cover the captain!
Plasma Dust! Stardust!
Will this help? Do it!
Prima!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Here's a healing art!
Plasma Shock!
Ready to go! Hurricane! All stuffed up! Annihilation! This way!
You're finished!
Grab
You're
it!
this way! All
Blah,
mine!
blah, blah, magic!
Eat dirt!
Now! Kikora! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble.
Quite necessary when creating weaponry.
This one's tough!
I never miss!
You're finished!
You're done.
Mega resonance ready! Annihilation!
Can't get out of this.
It's like trying to keep up with a wall! Here's a healing art!
SG airborne scoundrel.
Now! Sounds like a jump! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble.
Glacial Spear.
Here's the evo!
Shattering those pieces.
Freeze Lancer!
Stardust!
Now you see what I can do.
Eat this!
I'm just getting started.
Here's now!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade. See that?
That training's paying off! Ignite!
Already getting started!
Plasma Shock!
Annihilation! Now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
For the hideout of a runaway lord, this place is a lot bigger than I was expecting.
Do you think she had it built with that in mind?
No. Personally, I think this used to be part of a Danon castle or fortress of some sort.
How can you tell?
For one thing, it doesn't look like a storehouse. For another, it's old, and you can tell it was built to let people hole up inside of it.
Huh. I'll take your word for it. I don't know the first thing about brick. You know, I've always thought you were a smart little cookie, but damn, Rinwell, you really know your stuff.
It's no big deal. I've just read a lot of books is all.
If this is meant to be a castle, there wasn't much to it above ground. Are there such things as underground castles?
There probably used to be more of it above ground. That is, until 300 years ago.
So the main structure must have been lost during the time of the invasion, with only the underground part remaining. And then this lord decided to use it for her own purposes. Have I got that right?
But what reason could she have for using this place instead of staying back in her own castle?
That's what we're here to find out. Whatever it is, she's up to no good.
Right. It's all the more reason we need to hurry up and find her before it's too late.
This place goes pretty deep underground.
It was probably built that way so it could still be used, even if the above-ground portion got destroyed.
Perhaps that's why it's still here, and why it was made into her hideout. It would certainly stand to reason.
Bad feeling about this.
Firmament Render!
You're mine!
Are you Nimbus? Where are you going?
You're finished!
It's a do or die!
You're off!
Far enough!
Flying free! Why can't they just
Damn it!
sit still?
Nausea! Can you take care of them?
No sooner...
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
My turn! Astral arts?
That's my
You
cue!
picked the wrong fight!
Glad you have your uses!
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks,
In a
Kisara!
bind?
Orochi's Fury!
I'll heal you all! Lightning Orb!
Orochi's Fury!
Now! Law! Get toasty!
First strike!
Right, next one!
No
Photon
chance.
Did!
Already on!
Okay,
Okay,
in here!
here I go!
Let's
Start up!
Not
Take
afraid
this.
you didn't like it!
Anything in armor is all mine!
This one's mine! One more!
Eat this!
Coming
Strike!
through!
You're done!
Do it! In here! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
This
No, you can't!
Solid sword!
Plasma shock!
Healing Crystal!
Start up!
Hey, what? Now see that you don't get in trouble again.
You're mine! I'm ready! Mega Ray! Do it!
Tear him up! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! I can feel my power growing!
This place is full of weird machinery, old and new. Just what the hell was she doing here?
By all appearances, the sort of unsavory research she would... By all appearances, it would seem she was researching something here.
You think so? What kind of research could she have been doing in a place like this?
Your guess is as good as mine. Hardly anything the likes of us could imagine.
If we assume it was because this area is rich in astral energy, then it's possible she could have been doing any number of things.
Indeed. Renin castles and spirit vessels are often found in such locations. Intriguingly, Danon ruins are also known for their abundant energy.
You Renans attacked us. Don't act like you're just some...
Sheesh, enough already! This isn't the place to pick a fight over this.
How can you be so calm listening to all of this? You suffered at the hands of guys like him too.
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm calm.
I wonder if we can use this.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Take it! I'm on it! Swallow blade! Orochi's fury! Burn it out!
Thousand gales, tear you to shreds!
If it cools up, time to get out of the way.
Take this! Big flash! You're mine!
Healing circle!
You've got fires!
I've got this! We've got an arsenal!
Split it open! No place here! These fists have got your name on them!
I'm ready, kid!
Prepare to be sealed, no fleet of foot. Actually, perhaps bound is more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing.
I can carve through. Now I'm in the groove.
Here, into the sound of hurricane! Now, lock, get toasty!
Burn strike!
Right, next one.
Already on it!
I'm ready! Take it!
All mine! Ignite!
Not on my watch!
Orochi's fury!
Now,
Remove!
astral energy!
Say no more! That astral energy was incredible!
I gave it everything I had.
It would appear we can descend down where the railing has fallen apart.
What? Are you serious?
I've got a really bad feeling about this. Healing circle! A thousand gales, tear you to shreds!
Take that!
Damn it! No
Here's a
further!
healing art! I'm ready for it! I never miss!
I'll stop at
No
the top!
armor!
Thank you, Zara!
Remind me to stand with this side.
Now you see what I can do! I'll finish you here and now!
I'm not done! Sleep now!
Talon Hurricane!
This is gonna help!
Orochi's Orochi's fury!
Supernova!
Talon Hurricane!
Prepare to be sealed, no fleet of foot. Actually, perhaps bound is more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing.
So much for sitting this fight out.
That wouldn't be a complaint out there.
Nope, that'd be silly. Far enough!
Not done yet!
Here's a healing art! First aid! Not in your dreams!
That robot take this! I'll end you! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Lightning attack!
Burn in hell!
Thunderblade!
Plasma shock!
I'll heal you all!
Do it! Remove!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done!
You're mine!
I'm on it!
Now try harder! My turn!
In here!
Strike!
Let the marksman handle this!
Talon Hurricane!
Soda!
Will they
Take
all
this!
vanquish darkness? Where are you going?
Take this!
Now!
It's off!
Demons descend! Flashing fang!
Here, let me help. Hit first aid!
Armor won't save! I'm
Thermometer render!
Ignite!
Take it! Do it!
Plasma
Zara,
shock!
frozen!
Hammer!
The astral energy is surging around me.
How do you even know about all that astrally stuff?
Same way I know what you do in the middle of the night.
What? Are you serious?
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
Now or never.
Not on my watch!
In a bind?
Here's a healing arc! First aid!
Plasma shock!
Eat this!
Whoa!
Oh, bastion in effect!
Glad you had your uses!
I'll show you how useful I can be! Demons descend! Flashing bang!
Easy! Way to go! I can't heal you forever!
I'm sorry to be a bother.
We've all got enough on ourselves.
Yes, ma'am.
Where are you going?
Orochi Fury!
Here goes! Do it! Neon! Astral energy! Full throttle! Haha! Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
But opponent, this should be easy. Swallow blade! You'll pay for that!
Mind if I do?
Here I come!
Instant!
Plasma shock! You got flyers!
I've got it! Let him march your wheel!
All yours!
Banana, let's go!
Orochi Fury!
You require a hand.
Now!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! Will this help?
Slap!
Photon dance in the wind!
You picked the wrong
Healing
fight!
circle! Leap
No
now!
further! I owe you one!
This'll come! Giant! Let the marksman
Why'd you
handle
heal me?
this!
To stop you dying?
Right.
Do it!
Remote!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done!
Plasma shock!
None shall escape my judgment! Ready!
Here I come!
And he don't mind if I do! Ready!
Orochi Fury! Plasma shock!
Instant!
It's
Leap
on!
now!
Take it! You picked the wrong fight!
Now!
Reload! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! Searing flame!
Not a chance!
Reload! Raging cascade!
You're mine!
Into the shadow!
You're on! Here I come!
This'll come in handy! Into the shadow!
You're finished!
Let the marksman handle it! Now! Redwell! Astral energy! Full throttle!
Knowing when we're in too deep is necessary to survive.
We may tend to push ourselves a little too hard. We got some good equipment!
I can't say its appearance is to my tastes, personally.
Man, I hope I live long enough to regret this.
Denied! Freeze Lancer!
Plasma shock!
They're surrounding us!
Eat this!
This one's mine!
No further!
You do it! Light Neon! Astral energy! Full throttle!
My turn! It's almost too strong!
Split it open!
Be my guest!
Not in the trees!
It keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for.
See what I can
Get
do!
behind me.
Here
Got
we
it.
go again!
I'll leave it to you! Orochi Fury! Take this!
Now! Kikara! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Cyan Instant! Thunder
You're
Field!
done!
Zero
You're mine!
Lightning
Orochi
Blast!
Fury!
Thunder Blade! I never finished!
You're finished! Orochi Fury!
Now!
Neon!
Get toasty!
Burn strike! I wonder if I'm as strong as my dad was.
One day I think you'll surpass him.
I wonder when.
Yeah, if only I were a cat.
There's nobody here. It's been nothing but Zeugles. No lords, no Renan forces.
They have to be holed up somewhere, right?
From the look of things, I don't think anybody's been here for a while. If anyone was here, they're long gone now.
That can't be.
Look out!
We'll figure this out later. Right now, this thing needs dealing with.
I don't understand. Did Bayfon lie?
He didn't seem the type to lead us on a wild goose chase.
Hey! Save your questions until after we manage to finish this thing!
Denied!
Freeze Lancer!
Orochi Fury!
Get a word!
Earth Smoke! Ardex, we're coming through!
Not a chance! I'm not done! Ignite!
Anything in armor is
Orochi Fury!
Banana, let's go!
No further!
May 1,000 gales
Oh,
carry the
now
fire.
you're talking!
If it's in the sky, it's mine! Gusty nail!
I'm not done! Stardust!
Here I go! Not in your dreams!
Eat this! Come and get it!
Mega Red!
This
This
one's
one's
all
mine!
Orochi Fury! Burn!
Lightning Orb!
Talon Hurricane!
Orochi Fury!
Thunder Blade!
Plasma Shock!
Talon Hurricane!
You're mine!
It's finished!
Let's do it!
Smash you!
Stardust!
Lightning Orb! Not in your dreams!
It's on!
Nothing's weak! Lightning Orb!
Prepare to be sealed, oh fleet of foe.
Annihilation!
Perhaps bound is more appropriate.
Let's talk more to it!
Plasma Shock!
Let the marksman handle this! Where are you going?
Leave the city!
Denied!
Can't get out of this!
Lightning Orb! Lightning
Take it!
Blast! Thunder Blade!
Now I can let loose!
Do they not teach you to say thank you, Indiana?
Not to a Renan, they don't.
You're mine!
Thunder Fury! You're mine! It looks like you got this one covered.
Here I come!
I'm all stopped
You're mine!
I
hope it's over. Medically approved.
My turn!
Burning Strike! Get on in
You're
there with the
finished.
others! Raging Cascade!
Orochi Fury!
Arch Field! Gemini
Come and
Hawk!
get.
Annihilation!
You're mine!
Tear 'em up!
Take it!
Sleep
Orochi
out!
Fury! Dark
Let's get you all touched away!
Now! I'm not done!
Did you just hear me?
Yes, I need you, remember?
Raging Where are you going?
Take this!
There you go! Don't let up! Laser Spear!
Plasma
Here's
Shock!
Astral Energy!
Talon Hurricane!
Leave the
Freeze
charges to
Lancer
me!
in your dreams!
Stardust! Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down!
Do it! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! I'm on his tongue! You're mine!
It's a roll
Stardust!
Gemini Hawk!
You picked the wrong fight!
Eat this!
They're not playing around!
Strike!
Sealed! Freeze Lancer! Stockpile!
Big
Work
blast!
of creation!
I'm not done!
Can't
move!
If it's in the sky, it's mine! I'll bring you
Thank
back
you.
from depth to Thunder Field! Resuscitation! More incoming!
I owe you
By
one.
the-
Got me.
This should do it!
I'll bring you back from death to this!
Lewis can't get out of this!
You're mine! You're finished!
May 1,000 gales carry you to Annihilation!
Plasma Shock!
Leave the charges to me! Far enough!
Eat this!
Freezing storm!
First strike! Plasma Shock!
Lightning
Take
Orb!
this!
Raging Cascade! Not in your dreams!
Orochi Fury!
Raging Cascade! Not a close one!
Take this!
I never miss! Firmament Render!
This
Now
one's
you see
all
what I
mine.
can do!
Sora, I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Back into the fray!
Pathetic! Raging Cascade! In here! Let's get you all tucked away! Resuscitate! Hey, the doctor orders!
Now we're not done yet!
Here
I come! Orochi Fury!
He's such a bitch!
No, you'll pay for that!
I'll bring you back from death to this! Photon
You're
Blast!
finished!
All right!
It's on!
Showtime!
Take it! Not done yet!
He's through! Ready to go!
Take it! Orochi's
I'll
Fury!
bring you back from death's abyss!
Last Dragon Shell!
Resuscitation!
It's over!
Denied!
Dragon
They're not
Shell!
playing around!
Not today!
Lost! Get toasty!
Burn Strike!
Right, next one!
Now! Orochi's
Already
Fury!
on!
Here I come! It's over!
Talon Hurricane! Let the marksman handle this! Lightning Arc! Watch this! This one's mine! I can't do anything!
Can't get out of this! You are gonna pay for that!
I'll bring you back from
The
death's abyss!
picture of hell! Blow away!
Here's a healing arc!
Not done yet!
I'm such a failure.
You're finished!
I'll bring you back from
Fury!
death's abyss!
Any more of this and I'll burn out!
Cyan, back into the fray!
Here I come!
Thunder field!
You're finished! Is this it?
I'll bring you back from death's abyss! I'll bring you back from death's abyss! Resuscitation!
Earth throbs in pain.
Mega Ray! Gemini Aqua!
Take it! Strike!
In a bind, it's pinned down.
Orochi's Fury!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
Take it!
Far enough!
Mirage!
None shall escape my judgment! That's gonna smart. They're not playing around! Ray! I'll be saving
You're mine! Try harder! My turn! My turn!
Here!
Not a
I'll
chance!
bring you back from that move!
You're mine! Here comes a big one!
Arnex, we're coming through!
It's
Thunder
over!
field!
Done! Ignite!
Keep it!
Orochi's Fury!
Reload!
Last the shock!
Go!
Prepare to be sealed.
First strike!
No further.
Here I try harder!
Mega Ray!
Take it!
Shiny Supernova!
Amazing.
Last the shock!
One at a time! Don't mind if I do!
The tactics are working great.
Full speed ahead!
Hey, wait for law!
Take it!
It was
Eat
nice
dirt!
while it lasted.
None shall escape my
Mirage!
judgment! I can handle it!
Talon
Orochi's Fury!
Well, I'm impressed.
Denied.
Raging Cascade!
Try harder! My turn!
I'm back in don't mind if I do!
Here I come! Blue escape!
It's weakened!
It's
Lightning Orb!
shock!
Raging Cascade!
It's on!
In here!
Eat dirt!
If it's in the sky, it's
you!
mine!
I'll finish you
Where
here
are
and
you
now!
going?
Try
They're not
harder!
playing
My
around!
turn! Here I come!
Take
Take it down! Tidal! Fury! Burning Strike!
Try harder!
Hurry!
Damn it! In a bind. More careful. I'm sorry to be a bother.
We've all got enough on our plates.
Yes, ma'am.
Here I go!
Here I come!
That's gonna
Swallow
smart.
blade! I'm on it!
Thousand gales! Tear you to
You're
shreds!
mine! You're finished! Try harder! Not a chance!
I can't do anything.
Blue escape!
I can handle it!
Oh, now I'm real mad.
Try harder!
I hope this thing is meant
I'm
to
not done!
Do it! Go for it!
prepare to crumble.
So much for finding the Lord. Come on, let's get back to Niaz.
Shion, calm down. This isn't like you. What's wrong? Talk to me.
It's none of your concern.
Even after everything we've been through together?
The two of us are only helping each other because our interests overlap, remember?
Are you serious? You helped me come to terms with Zephyr's death. You put your life on the line to save me. Don't tell me you did all that out of necessity. That it was only because we have a common goal. Fine.
Huh?
You don't want to answer? Then I'll do whatever I like from now on, too. Clearly, I'm just bothering you. So it doesn't matter if you tell me what's on your mind. But that doesn't mean I'm going to stop looking out for you. Not now, not ever.
That's not fair. Why can't you just leave me alone? You don't know the first thing about me.
But I do. I know you care about the pain of others. You care, Shion. That's why I want to help.
Because of my thorns, I thought I had been doomed to a life of solitude. Until the day I died, I knew I would be alone.
And now?
The truth is, I'm trying to end my curse and get rid of my thorns.
Get rid of? There's a way to do that? Really?
I'm not completely sure. All I know is there's a chance. But that's the reason I need the Renis Alma.
The Renis Alma?
The Master Core to end all Master Cores. It is bestowed upon the winner of the Crown Contest, the new Sovereign, as proof of their victory. It must be assembled from all 5 Master Cores.
That's why taking down the Lords is so important to you. But Shion, you're not in this alone. If there's a chance we can rid you of your thorns, I'll be by your side the whole way.
That includes us, right?
Like it or not, you're going to have to get used to relying on us every now and then.
What kind of friends would we be otherwise?
Thank you.
Dahnan Liberation and the Renis Alma. Looks like we've got our work cut out for us. If we have any hope of finding this Lord and their Master Core, we start by heading back to Nias.
Man, who would have thought we'd ever get thanked by Shion?
Sounds like someone wants me to grab their arm.
I'm joking! Damn, you're scary sometimes.
Shion's not scary at all.
Alvin.
I'll just, leave you two alone.
I can't believe this. To think they would give us a bad lead like that. Where could that Lord actually be?
Beats me. That said, there's no point wandering around aimlessly trying to look for her. We should head back to Nias for now.
What's wrong, Kisara?
Oh, I was just thinking about what it meant for there to be castles here on Dana. People build castles to protect things that are important for one reason or another. But not simply that. They're also used to project a ruler's power.
So what you're saying is, even before the Renans invaded, the Dahnans were still being ruled over. It was just by other Dahnans.
That's most likely the case, yeah. Though who knows how they led their people.
But after seeing Deadeye, I can't picture them being all that benevolent themselves.
What if it's in everyone's nature to rule over and control others? What are we supposed to do about that?
If it really is in our nature, then no. All that means is we have all the more reason to fight it. That's all there is to it.
About damn time.
Took long enough.
But that's...
Right. I can't wait.
Head on over to the plaza.
What's going on? It seems busier here than before.
Hey, look! Isn't that Bayfon over there?
Ah, there you are. It seems I owe you all an apology. I'm guessing you didn't find the Lord back in the forest, did you?
No, but something tells me you already knew that.
That I did. Turns out I bit down on some bad intel when I should have known better. Apparently, Deadeye's not as trusting of me as I thought.
But why would he feed you bad intel?
My guess? He wanted me to lead you all astray. Make sure you weren't sniffing around where he didn't want you to be. While you were off in the forest, I got word that one of our squads captured the Lord. The place wasn't even close to where you were searching.
I see. Well, the important thing is that you finally caught her. Did you suffer many casualties?
You're not going to believe this, but she didn't even put up a fight. She had no escort either.
Well, what about her Master Core? Was it recovered?
Sorry. They only briefed me on the basics. For now, Deadeye's getting ready to make his victory speech out in the plaza. In the meantime, I've been ordered to set up a defense perimeter around the outside of the city, so I'll be out of town for a while. I imagine Deadeye will announce what he intends to do with the Lord during his speech. You'll have to let me know how it goes. Anyway, until next time.
A Renin Lord surrendering without a fight? Something doesn't add up here.
I'm afraid I can't say I know much of her lordship personally.
There's a lot about this that doesn't make sense. The Master Core is a concern too. Let's stick around like Bayfon suggested and see what happens. We don't leave until we get to the bottom of this. I'm worried about just what Deadeye has in store for Almadria. For now, let's wait at the inn until he gives his victory speech.
Everybody's so excited.
They can hardly be blamed when they've apprehended an enemy leader. That said,
Yeah. Isn't there some way to calm them down?